Kindie Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindie crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindie rock stars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindie Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindie Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. Joining me today is Brad and Lily from Peanut Butter JAMS. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
All right, so tell us about yourselves and how you got into Kindie music.
Well, we're theater people, really. We kind of came at it from a different angle, I guess. But we've been doing theater for most of our lives, in and out of New York.
I don't know if you know theater people, but we sing to ourselves a lot.
It's true.
Brad and I are also married, and we were also on tour together with the Broadway show Waitress. And for a whole year, we drove the tour, and we would stop at a friend's houses, and they all had little kids, and we would develop this party trick, which is that Brad would pull out his guitar and kind of like improvise songs to whatever activity the little kid was doing. And some of them were really good. So we wrote down little snippets, and then we kind of had this idea to do a children's album, and we would save like long, like 10-hour drives. We'd be like, okay, we're going to write this song. And we had lots of ideas and just no time to produce it. And then
we had lots of time.
All of a sudden, we had no job and lots of time. So we ended up coming out to Vegas, and we produced the album, our first album, with Brad plays horns and guitar and sings, and I sing and play piano. And so we farm out drums and bass to friends remotely, and then put everything together and send it to my brother, who's our audio engineer. And so we did our first album all remotely. Well, we've done everything all remotely. And that was like so fun, and we didn't stop writing songs.
Yeah.
So then we put out a Christmas holiday album, and then next week we're dropping our third album.
Yeah. Well, I think it's actually the day that this
it's
airs.
today!
Yeah. Today!
It is in the future, but when you're listening to this, it's today. Yeah.
Future you.
October 8th is our next album, called The Road to Getting Better. We're really excited about it.
Excellent. Well, you have something in common with me. We're both Las Vegas people. So how's the Kindie scene here in Vegas?
Well, we're still sort of exploring, because we were based out of New York up until last April, and then we couldn't go, around town and do much.
The Kindie scene in our house is like
banged. Yeah.
I know there are
biggest Kindie club in town.
Yeah, I know there's lots of Kindie artists around, and we are like kind of just coming out of the fog of everything and starting to meet folks. So we don't know really, but everyone we have met, like you, has been like super open and welcoming, and the community in general is just a really fun.
Yeah, that's one of the best things about it, because I've kind of been a singer-songwriter for a while and put out stuff and released things as myself, but the way that the Kindie community is so welcoming, and everyone you reach out to is just so happy to talk about it, and is so excited that you're a part of it. It's
we're all just trying to like uplift children.
Right.
So yeah, it's a really great way to bring people together.
So your theater background is very musical based?
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much exclusively, yeah.
I'm a music director and vocal coach, and Brad is a singer-songwriter, actor. And we actually just wrote a first draft of an animated musical.
That's right.
But we were in like the performance side of it forever.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, what brought you to Vegas? I know how I ended up in Vegas. I'm also an East Coast transplant. I was in Virginia for many years and then New Jersey for 3 years. But I just decided to move west, and my family and I picked Las Vegas. So I'm curious, what brought you guys to Vegas?
I did a show out here a few years ago. I was in Baz at the Palazzo.
Which you auditioned in New York.
Which I got out of New York, from my agents out there. And at first because I had only ever been like, to the Strip, and I think you had really only been to the Strip.
We weren't in love with Vegas.
Yeah.
Brad was doing a gig out here. We're both from Northern California.
Yeah.
So kind of our, my association with Vegas was just like shows on the Strip and nightlife, which is not like our jam.
Not our scene. Yeah, we don't really gamble, we don't like go to the clubs.
So we hadn't been out here too often, but Brad was out here for a gig, and he called me and he was like, all of them, like my artist friends out here own houses and they're happy. And there's like really great restaurants and there's really good art. And like, maybe we should like think about looking around. So we bought a house here before we lived here.
Yeah, almost sort of on an impulse. Like as I was leaving to join up with the tour, I was leaving Baz to join up with Waitress.
Yeah, we bought this little house and we're planning on kind of having it as a rental. And then when COVID hit and New York got really scary, we came out here, and like, you're gonna have to pull me away. Like, I love it. And I've also hated winter. Winter, like, deeply hurts my feelings. And so in New York, I was just sad for like 6 to 9 months out of the year. And so like the summer is a little brutal, but the rest of the year I love, and just like the food and the people and
there's
and
a really great local scene here.
The artist community here is so small and wonderful and international. Like we're just always delightfully surprised by everyone we meet.
Yeah, Vegas is kind of like a great little secret. Nobody talks about the other side of it.
People who actually live here.
Right.
and we're a lot closer to our families in Northern California.
Yeah.
So, and we can live here. We can eat and pay our mortgage as artists.
And there's still performance opportunities and stuff like that. There's just sort of like weirdly just the perfect little mesh of
why did you pick Vegas?
You guys just outlined everything that I love about Vegas as well. It was so funny listening to you. It's like, yep. That's. I didn't want any more winters. Lots of places on the East Coast are perfectly nice, but I like the predictability of Las Vegas weather, even if it's 110 degrees outside. I know that probably 350 days out of the year, hot and sunny is the forecast. So, but yeah, I think just the community itself, you get out of the Strip, and it's like a lot of other towns. I tell everyone, except our grocery stores have casinos in them.
Right.
And our airports. But it's similar to in New York City, like 42nd Street downtown was something that you take a friend visiting to, or you go to work down there, or you just like kind of do that out of that's part of the city. And that's how I feel like the Strip is for Vegas. Like we go see shows, we go to restaurants, but like we actually go downtown more often. We eat more pizza in Vegas than we have in our entire lives living in New York.
Yeah, the food here is amazing.
It's incredible. And you can like always, we have a large obnoxious dog. We take him with us to restaurants and sit outside, and all of the servers love Pitbull. Like there's just a really down to earth earthiness that I love out here that I was surprised by too.
Probably because they live here.
I hope we're selling all of the listeners to come to Vegas, because it really is. It really is a gem.
All of our friends out here, and the second anyone's like, I don't like being hot, I'm like, okay, moving on. You're never gonna sell you.
This is not for you.
But if I hate being cold, I'm like, okay, there's an in here.
So are you guys still going to be looking at theater opportunities, or are you all in now on the Kindie music?
we never say never to any opportunities. So we're kind of waiting to see how the unrolling of theater happens in New York and here. And no one can stop us from making this music. That's the other nice thing, is just having total creative control. We write songs constantly about our dog. Sometimes
they're really good.
Yeah, sometimes we change the lyrics into songs that are more appropriate. So I can't imagine we'll stop writing Kindie music, but we also don't really want that to be a source of the experience of loving theater and then having it be our industry and that being hard and wonderful.
It can take away some of the passion.
Yeah, and I just love the magic. And it might be that the industry is just magic because it's children, and if they like it, they like it. And if they don't, they just click buy on Zoom. They're not going to just sit there and politely sit through a concert. I don't know the answer to that.
Plus, we're just sort of used to cobbling together a bunch of different things. That's just sort of a way of doing theater. You do a show, and then you do a concert, and then you do some sort of, I don't know, wedding thing, or you go out of town and do something. You were just sort of always a little bit here, a little bit there, and so I guess sort of adding Kindie music into that world.
Excellent. All right, are you guys ready to get into a song?
Yeah.
Our song today is I Don't Need a Hairbrush. Guys, tell us about this song.
This was actually kind of a commission for a friend of ours. She is dealing with alopecia, and
which is hair loss.
Which is hair loss.
Yeah.
And she hit us up one day because she listens to our Saturday Instagram jams, and her kids are very important in our lives and also love the jams. And she was like, you know what I need is, I need a song that's going to help me start a conversation with my kids about hair loss. And I also need an up-tempo anthem to pump myself up when I go into meetings. Because she's recently decided to stop doing wigs and just go, full clean. And
they're not really conversations about hair loss, which is a thing that happens to everyone, and it's stigmatized for men, and it's not even talked about for women.
Yeah.
And her daughter was kind of confused about how hair and not having hair represents identity and represents gender. And we love to kind of write subversive songs about being who you are and celebrating you as you are. So we wrote this for our grown-up friend who's our age, in her 30s, just to kind of be look, if you need to go. She's also the smartest person we know.
Indeed the smartest.
And so it was also kind of oh my goodness, having to wear a wig or feeling vulnerable to go bald into a meeting, it just sort of broke our hearts that anything could make her feel less than the most brilliant person we know. And so we were like, okay, what would this song sound like if it was her personal hype song?
Yeah.
And then it extends to kids, and there's kids in a lot of communities who don't need hairbrushes, who don't require them, or who also have alopecia, or who don't want them. And we had some people kind of tell us, but I need to brush my kids' hair. We're well, this song maybe isn't for you.
Some people do need hairbrushes.
Yeah. But this is for the community of people who don't need a hairbrush, and we wanted to celebrate them in a really triumphant way.
Excellent. Love it. All right. Well, here it is. I Don't Need a Hairbrush by Peanut Butter Jams.
I need my common sense. I need my confidence. I need a healthy dose of who I am and where I'm going. And I don't need anyone to tell me how to express myself. And I don't need anyone to tell me how to dress myself. You and me, we're all a work in progress. Learning what we need is part of of that process. I might not know everything that I need, but I know one thing I don't. I don't need a hairbrush to help you understand. I don't need a hairbrush to show you who I am. I don't need a hairbrush to say what I wanna say. I don't need a hairbrush, 'cause I'm not here to play. My hair's my choice and I will do it my way. I don't need a hairbrush. So you might not have hair, or you've got thoughts to share. Everybody's got a thing to say about the way you wear it. No matter what's on my head, I am nevertheless myself. I'm the only one who gets to choose how to address myself. You and me, you know we're all a work in progress. Learning what we need is part of that process. I might not know everything that I need, but I know one thing I don't. I don't need a hairbrush to help you understand. I don't need a hairbrush to show you who I am. I don't need a hairbrush to say what I wanna say. I don't need a hairbrush, 'cause I'm not here to play. My hair's my choice and I will do it my way. I don't need anyone telling me how to fit in, or anyone telling me I have to win. Don't tell me how to be a boy or a girl. What matters most is what I do in this world. I don't need a hairbrush to help you understand. I don't need a hairbrush to show you who I am. I don't need a hairbrush to say what I wanna say. I don't need a hairbrush, 'cause I'm not here to play. My hair's my choice and I will do it my way. I don't need a hairbrush.
All right. So let everyone know where they can stream and download that song and where they can find and connect with you guys on social media.
So we're on, all the usuals. We got Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, all the things.
Yeah, and the name of our band is Peanut Butter Jams. Unfortunately, if you Google Peanut Butter Jams, you get lots of YouTube videos about how to make sandwiches.
Yeah, also important information.
Yes. Our website is www.pbjams.fun, F-U-N, fun.
Yeah.
And most of our content goes on to Instagram, which is at pbjammyjams.
Yeah.
PBJAMMYJAMS. But our website will lead you to all the things. So if you are an Apple person, if you're an Amazon person, if you're a Spotify person, if you're a YouTube person, it's all there in one place. As well, if you are an old-fashioned CD person, you can buy our CDs right off of our website too.
Yeah, and we'll send them to you and maybe send a kazoo as well.
Oh yeah, we like to send out free kazoos, so watch out.
Awesome. Well, Brad, Lilli, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.